So we're going to do a third on this series because I'm trying to do as many posts as I can today because my phone is going to be shut off. And so this leads us to the ideation of a Messiah figure and the fact that the world, the pervading world, has deemed us as not a Messiah, not a Messiah. You are not a Messiah. We have put you through these rigors. We have deemed you as ineffectual, as paired, as one who does not represent the totality. And it sounds like I'm describing something that is the Messiah. Like, wait a minute, all you losers of the populace who fucked up the entire world with your counterculture arguments and your fucking games and your bullshit insanity and drama are rejecting people and reducing them based on a soft, subtle notion that they don't want to join you or be a part of you. And you get into other traditions, even like Jainism and some others that, deists, and different bubbles of current modern Christian theology, like when you get into Quakers and things like this. I mean, there's a lot of strangeness going on there, but there are pockets of people who walk away with the essence of the principles and adhere to them. They don't need to look any deeper. They don't need to question whether or not that book contradicts itself, right? But this is something that is intrinsically, ontologically infused within them to where they're a seeker of what they are made of, right? So this refuting of you as the Messiah, you as the Ubermensch, you as the Overman, you as the representation of man in his spiritual evolution reaching toward God and being rejected and refuted, well, there are many, right? So there are so many that could stand up and say, no, when I've seen the atrocities that people will commit based on them taking information and their quest, their need for power, opulence, enjoyment, right? The lavishness, right? This idea of antiquity, this idea that things can actually increase in value just because they're made out of carbon, right? Death. And so you get into this aspect of a singular soul that could also be seen as a demonic legion of souls, or it could be seen as a Zionist play toward a heavenly state where these elitists of current modern day and probably stretching back throughout the arcana of time have seen themselves as superior to and in movement with a power play that could not be snuffed out, could not be refuted, right? In other words, they're not sending smoke signals out for everyone to see in their communications, right? And if they do put commercials or infuse in television programs and now on YouTube, said informations, i.e. Jesse Michaels, right? Like, I gotta say it, this guy Patrick Duvetted is the most clueless person that could ever be involved with what he's doing. Like, do you not fucking see the big picture, honestly? Like, you're acting like a poster boy, like you're like, and I'm waiting for it. So it's like you got the V, you got the 5 right there for you saw the esoteric aspect of it on some level. Well, that Santeria grandma is going to have to be like, oh, my little Patrick is, coming. Like, somewhere this energy is going to promote you toward the ultimate just power and want of being misappropriated and misused, or you're not that important and there's too many venues out there, and that's probably the way it is. So you're watching people who are trying to sell out, trying to figure out how they're going to sell out, and they're incapable of doing this. In other words, the delusion, the delusional state of the great work, right? The golden dawn, the red dawn, however the fuck you want to describe it, doesn't need everyone. And just because you posit imposter yourself as a needed aspect of the entirety of this push, either you are or you aren't. Either you are fully capitulating and supplicating to this entity, this energy, or you just don't get it, right? And maybe you weren't meant to get it, right? Isn't that the scary thing?